Ha! Kumechacha!
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 Kumechacha! Oh my gosh! Oh, karibuni. Oh, this is so nice.
Kenyan tea.
Pakani na timnadi,
Paka e paka.
pakani na timnadi,
Paka e paka.
nika kumendo,
Paka e paka. Paka e paka. Paka e paka. Paka e paka. Paka e paka.
You're singing about the cat.
Yes,
Because
what's the cat doing?
the cat is afraid because it's Halloween.
Hey.
The cat is scared. It is staring. It is cringing. It's so afraid. Yeah. Pakani na timnat.
Paka e paka.
Pakani na timnat.
Paka e paka.
Pakani na timnat.
Paka e paka.
Neneka konendo.
Paka e paka.
Neneka kongicho.
Paka e paka.
Neneka kotwaro.
Paka e paka. Kumechacha
Kumechacha
kweli.
Grace,
Huh.
is this you?
This is not me.
No,
Oh.
Grace. What is Grace? You are
It's
you
a new it's a new country, it's a new economy, it's a
Grace.
new look.
Grace? Are you wearing a horse?
Yes, it's the big horse.
Yeah,
New look,
Oh,
all the
Lord,
time.
Lord.
So please invite your friends because we have a special.
Special
Hey.
edition. Kindly share
Pakani,
and
paka,
invite your friends.
pakani,
Today
paka.
it's hot in here, Kumechacha. Habari diaspora.
Habari diaspora.
Salama,
Grace,
Grace.
let me first of all, I don't know why you are saying you don't recognize me. I don't know you.
Hey, Grace, is this you?
Me, I don't
We
know
said
you.
that it's a bad manners to touch people's hair because people have a
Please.
special
No,
relationship.
you know I have like
Can I
I
just
have
check?
69 inches of hair.
Is it real?
Grace, you look like a different person.
Oh my God!
I don't know this American lady,
Wow!
this executive
This
Michelle
is the
Michelle
new-
Obama. I beg you, we have
I beg
Michelle
you, I beg you.
Obama.
Please, I beg my new look. I don't know, but we let the viewers decide
Yes.
which grace,
Yeah.
the hair they like.
Which
best.
one do you like
Which
best?
one do you like best? Or do you like natural hair? Yeah, we'll talk about this.
Yeah.
The politics of hair.
The politics of hair.
Yeah.
So go ahead right now, share.
Share.
We're gonna share. We're gonna take a
Do you have
couple
a lot
minutes.
of friends to share with?
I have 2,000 friends. What about you?
1,500. Pakani na temnadi.
Paka e paka.
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 Nene kakoneno.
Paka e paka.
Nene kakoruto.
Paka e paka.
Nene kakonito.
Paka e paka.
Nene kakotuaro.
Paka e paka.
Pakani na temnadi. Let's do it to shake
Paka e paka.
Pakani na temnadi.
Paka e paka.
Pakani na do the sigala. Paka e paka. Pakani. Laughter is making
Paka e paka.
Pakani na temnadi. timnadi, paka paka, paka nina timnadi, paka paka, neneka kuneno, paka paka, neneka kotwaro, paka paka, neneka kuruto, paka paka, neneka kokwelo, paka paka, paka nina timnadi, paka nina timnadi, paka nina timnadi, paka paka nina timnadi, paka paka nina timnadi,
paka. Grace, do that again.
paka nina timnadi. Nakwambia kumechacha.
You know, I can't even
This
see.
cat is confused because it's Halloween, it's black. People discriminate against black
Why?
cats. And this cat is wondering what it's going to do because Halloween is coming on the 31st.
It's a
of
problem.
October.
It's a problem.
What will our black cats do?
What
oh
will they
my
do?
goodness.
It's a big problem.
This is a serious problem. Paka nina timnadi. Paka nina timnadi. You have to learn this song, viewers. Hi, Kyle. Thanks for watching. Hi, Samantha Louise. We're just saying about this cat that's so afraid because Halloween is coming.
Yes, it's
and everybody's discriminates against black cats.
This is a special Halloween episode, also
Yeah.
known as the
Nyawawa
Nyawawa
Halloween.
episode, also known as the weave episode, the wig
The
episode.
wig and weave.
I'm telling you,
the
people,
politics of hair.
people will say, who are these people?
I can thank you, Happy.
Are these the natural hair?
Timnadi, paka paka, paka nina timnadi, paka paka, paka nina timnadi, paka paka, paka nina timnadi, paka paka, neneka kuneno, paka paka, neneka koruto, paka paka, neneka kotwaro, paka paka.
Hey, Grace.
Hey, we have sung.
We have sung.
Yeah, I
we
was
have
trying
sung.
to share. I was trying to share. Yes. You have more friends than I.
Yeah, I think I've reached all my friends.
How come
Thank you
your phone?
for
How come your
joining.
phone is working that fast?
It's technology. It's the Nyawawa technology.
There must be Nyawawas in your phone because you've already shared 20 and I've shared only 2. But
My friends, have you ever seen this Farasi hair?
Grace, Grace, you're walking around with a horse on your hair.
Huh? You know the
I don't know
ladies
what to do
always
with you.
I'm telling
I just
you.
don't know what to do with you.
Grace, imagine I like this hair.
Would you go home like that?
Actually, you think maybe I'll go to work like this?
I think you look, on second thoughts, I think you look beautiful. You look hot.
You know, I'm wearing this hair in celebration of the Liberian women who want to wear colored hair in the marketplace. This is in solidarity because you know the government banned ladies wearing colored hair to work or
Even to parliament. They won't allow, in Liberia, they're not allowing the women.
Yeah.
Parliamentary women, to wear colored hair.
Yeah.
Used to wear.
Yeah.
So the government now decides which members of parliament have to, what to wear, yet it's the people who voted for them. That's dictatorship.
Yeah, that's dictatorship. So this is in solidarity. We're wearing
we're wearing
Yani Inwele Grace.
Michelle
Michelle Obama.
Oh Lord.
Mr. Obama, I think you left your wife's chair. Look at this professional lady. First lady. What?
First lady of Kumechacha. Yes.
So let's get the show started.
Yes, let's start.
Kumechacha.
Kumechacha leo. Nakwambia leo kumechacha with the hair.
Kabisa. Kumechacha na Nyawawa.
Kumechacha na Nyawawa. The spirits are here. They're on the way.
Here.
Yes. Get ready with your rotten eggs to throw at people partying on the street.
Yes. So first things first. Habari diaspora.
Habari diaspora.
Welcome. You're listening to us in the US, in Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, Indiana, Texas. Where else are our
Kenyans? Our friends in Germany, we appreciate you coming to the show every Saturday. Our friends in Netherlands, Patricia, we appreciate you. Our friends in Switzerland, our friends in Nairobi, our friends who are having a wedding in Mombasa this morning. Congratulations, Tess and Adrian. That's awesome. They're having a wedding by the beach.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Diani Beach.
To the friends in Canada, shout out to Nanis. Where else are Kenyans located? In China, wherever you you are.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
But don't forget our friends in the greatest slums of Kenya.
Where?
Kibera.
Kibera.
Yes, call it Kibera.
It's a urban center. We say Kibera, the urban center.
And our fans in Philadelphia.
Yes, Philadelphia.
Thank you, homies. So those are home
yeah, we appreciate you. Habari, Kamge, Kemcho.
Sarucho, 41st tribe of Kenya, the Asian community.
Welcome to yet another episode. This is episode 12, Grace.
Yeah,
this is episode 12. We have a growing community and we want to continue growing with you. So we thank you for the love. We thank you for tuning in. And what else? We are excited to bring you a great show. We're excited to bring you the spirit of Halloween and the spirit of hair. Hopefully that you get something useful at the end of it and you can laugh and have fun and show you what we have for breakfast.
Yes.
Let me tell you, Grace went on a pilgrimage.
I went on a pilgrimage to the kitchen.
Let me tell you, what is this?
Nakwambia. Gideri women are here. Today you have Gideri women on the show.
I'm telling you.
We call it Nyoyo in Western. So, in some parts of Kenya, they call it Gideri.
So Grace,
but I think Grace is Gideri when you mix it with beef stew and everything.
Oh, really? I think maybe that was how it was called in Central Kenya.
Yeah. So we have maize and beans.
Maize and beans.
Kenyan staple food.
Yeah. This is like mjengo eating. Oh, let me use this as a spoon.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm scooping a bit because it's been such a long time since I've had it. So I'm excited. And last, we are still continuing. Grace went on a big trip.
Yes.
What is this, Grace?
That is sweet potatoes. Yeah. It's white sweet potatoes. It's not the sweet potatoes that is made here, which is yellow. It's our Kenyan sweet potatoes. I found it at an Indian store.
Wow, that's awesome. That's like 69th Street, you said? For anyone who are in Philadelphia?
Yeah, 69th Street, and also this ones I bought from an Indian store in King of Prussia.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I took a long ride for this breakfast.
I'm telling you. And last but not least, other staples. Sukuma wiki. Right?
Sukuma wiki kipenzi, mola na kubariki. May God bless the green collards.
Yes.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
And beef stew. Potato, carrots, some ham.
So yummy.
Yummy.
Yes, and we found, I used to remember as a young child in Marikiti, we would go and get these.
Chua. What is
chua? It's tamarind.
Yes, tamarind. Grace, I couldn't resist, so I had to eat a little bit before the dish.
It's okay.
Forgive me. 1,000 apologies.
A 1,000 boys will return to you. Okay, you'll get some omena in your lifetime.
Yes.
And this is what it looks like. So tamarind is
chua.
It's a sweet sour that can be made into drink, so you can just suck on it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi,
George, Amadou,
welcome.
Ken, welcome for joining us. Okay, so Grace, we've talked about breakfast.
No, breakfast is not done.
Oh, okay.
Breakfast is not over, Grace. We made Kenyan tea.
Yes.
Kenyan tea is made this way. You boil the water, then you add some milk, then you add some ginger, raw ginger. This is really, really good for your health. And then you put the real tea. And then, what color is this? Brown?
Like a light brown.
Yeah, like we boil everything together.
Yeah.
I know we've been using this Keringet. Wakati wa wateni, wakati wa green tea. But today we avoided the tea bags, and instead of our usual tea masala, we did ginger.
Ooh, also njugu.
Yeah, we have njugu. I hope our stomachs will be fine after we finish all this. And then on our fruit basket, we have sandara. We like tangerine so much. We have the plums. It's season for the plums. And we have carrots, baby carrots. Yeah, Grace, we're doing fine.
George, those tamarinds, they complete.
Honey, if you don't like sugar, because I have a little cold, I'm doing honey. Grace, are you going to support me by taking honey instead of sugar?
I will, definitely.
Thank you. And for those of us who like hot sauce, we like hot sauce. The other time we had the real pili, but we love hot sauce. This is Louisiana Supreme, supporting Africans of black descent.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Grace, actually, you can make nyoyo with peanuts. So I think on that stomach front will be okay. Yeah, nyoyo with peanuts is actually
Grace,
very
can
delicious.
you serve me?
Absolutely.
I need some self-care.
Oh, okay. So
being nice to your neighbor is self-care.
Yeah. So part of every show is we always talk about self-care. Yeah, self-care is important. You're watching us on Saturday morning. We appreciate you, all of you that are watching us live. We love you, actually. We appreciate you being here with us.
Yes.
And we know that for you may have had up and downs during this this week, and we just always want to put a positive spin on our conversations, and we always want to encourage at the end of the day. We talk about fun, interesting topics, but we always have to put a positive spin, encouraging people.
Yeah, we like to check in with our audience, because America can be tough.
It can.
In fact, the whole world can be tough, but America can be tough. And a lot of times, people at home have high expectations, and they expect you to send money. They expect to see you looking good. They have a budget. Besides your own budget, they have a budget. And a lot of times we put up an image so that people think we are doing fine when we're really struggling. You know, when we are homeless, we are stranded. So we like to encourage and support each other. Just be you. Reach out. Reach out to networks, and especially to people we trust. I was amazed, Grace, this week at how some friends can really be closer than a brother. And just, it came from the worst of experiences. I remember the Jackie Maribe, my fellow journalist, who's been accused, who's standing trial for murder with her fiance. And she stood by her man. It doesn't matter what the judgment was, but where do you find a friend that stands by you? And then her former boyfriend also stood by her. So, like, where do you get friends that stand by you? It does not have to be under such difficult circumstances, but just to find friends who stand by you is amazing.
It's true.
So check out who are your friends.
When you come into a foreign land, you know, blood and, you know, those things that we thought that would make the difference, or what we knew as our closest associations change. And you really have to really assess and see, okay, this is how I know this is a true friend. When things like that happen, you know, these are the times when you know who your real family is. You know, some people have put you in their funeral budget, their wedding budget. You didn't even know that was happening. You were just in somebody, you know, someone had put your name and a bahasha next to it, you know, and sometimes you really want to put that image of dependability, of course, at something, you know, maybe there's a lot of sacrifices been made to bring you here, and, you know, so, you know, it can be a bit, there's no right or wrong, rather that it's important that you also put yourself as part of your care. You're not just caring for other people, you also have to take care of yourself.
So Grace, what did you do for your self-care this week?
Me, for my self-care, you know, I'm now just thinking about it.
Don't forget to do this.
Let me open my ear.
Okay.
So, Grace.
Yes.
Oh, wait, it's the other ear.
It's the other ear. No.
Grace.
Politics of hair.
For self-care this week, I actually walked. I walked a lot this week. Last week I was off, so I was mainly at home. But this week I walked a lot. I actually felt tired at the end of the day. And that's good. It keeps my body strong. Your muscles need to be up and about. Just simple. I really like that I walked. I exercised.
Okay.
So
what did I do for myself? I wasn't feeling well yesterday. I have a little cold. I have my ginger, lemon, garlic right here with me. I didn't want to miss the show, but I was unwell at work yesterday afternoon. I was coming down with something. I took the day off. Just came, made some nice hot tea, stayed in bed, and watched news. I love watching news. Some not very good news on news, but I watch news. And then I fell asleep. That was my self-care.
Sometimes it can be just as simple as that.
Just simple as that. Accepting that you're unwell, accepting that you can't go on anymore, and taking a break, pulling back. It's so important. I attended some stress management class, and they said the people who work so hard, meet all their deadlines, they're always on top of things, are the ones who get stroke.
Absolutely.
But that's our topic for another day.
Definitely. Wow. So Grace, we are here. This tea is actually sisimuring me. I feel like a new lady. I want to say shout out to Cha George. Hizo tamarins ni complete. I mean, is it a shout out, and we appreciate that. Or watch Jinis. Muji enjoy Halloween. We are trying.
Oh, watch Jinis.
We are working on it.
Thank you.
Joy Agengo. Welcome to the show. We appreciate you. So, let me clear my throat. Nyawawa is here. The American Nyawawa is here.
October 31st. Hey.
October 31st is here.
Yes.
The American Nyawawa, meaning Halloween, is here to roost.
Yes.
If you've been...
I
think we're still here.
Technology. You just said Nyawawa is here and we went on.
I'm telling you, ooh, in Jesus' name.
Oh Lord, hallelujah.
Let us see what is happening here. We do not worry because I believe we are. I don't know what is happening here. No, cancel.
Oh, yes, you called on the name.
I'm telling you, it's serious. We called Nyawawa and Nyawawa turned off our TV. Ooh.
Grace, are you going to invite people again?
Yes, I will. We'll tell people, Kwanza, Grace, Kwanza, you know what you should do. You should find a golden bells. Goja Kwanza, wachana kuni. Find a golden bells. Find a
song. We have to cleanse the room because we just called on Nyawawa.
Oh my God! We need to, and you know, we had talked about it. We said, you know, we're going to sing a song. We're going to sing a golden bells.
We did not plan our show before we started the Nyawawa topic, and the video just went out.
The video, we just said Nyawawa, and then the thing, what's it called?
What?
No, but you know what? We are believers.
Wow. Wow. Wait.
No, we shall not be moved. Grace. Hi, Debbie. Thank you for joining us.
We just called Nyawawa and went off air. So we're inviting our friends again. Sorry for that. Yeah. I shall not be moved.
No, it's okay.
I shall not be moved like a tree that's planted by the waters. I shall not be moved. Ooh.
No, so it is well.
Oh.
It is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul.
Oh, that was low, Grace.
Okay, and it is well. It is well with my soul, with my soul.
We are cleansing the Nyawawa spirit.
It is well. It is well with my soul. And peace like a river attended my way. When sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my Lord, thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. Yes.
Yes, it is well.
It is well.
Kumechacha Studios.
And we are not afraid because you know what? It's time for us to talk about it. It's time for us to kemea. It's time for us to come against.
This is funny. This is the climax of our show. We just talked about Nyawawa and we went off air, but that was just a joke. We don't believe in that. We just believe that we are here and we believe in IT.
Yeah.
We believe in the internet.
Yeah.
Internet is also a form of Nyawawa, yeah?
It is.
And we don't know where it comes from.
We don't see it.
I don't know.
Let me first turn on the Wi-Fi so that this whatever.
It's a funny science. Yeah, so Grace. October 31st is a very interesting day in America.
It is.
When I came here, I was shocked because a neighbor put a dead body.
Wow.
I thought it was a real body, and I called 911 and said, there's a dead body outside. Yeah, but it was just a prank. Yeah. So I felt it was like I'm very judgmental about it though. Okay, now I'm getting more used to it, but I felt it was a bit satanic.
I can imagine, like, imagine in our last video, if you haven't watched it, please do.
Yes.
We go into a Halloween store, and the first thing you see is like a body like hanged upside down. Imagine if you're walking in the street and you're just looking by your neighbor's house and you see that, you will run away screaming.
Yeah. So as far as I know, Nyawawa are spirits that come from Western Kenya, around Kisumu area, that part of Nyanza, and they are spirits of the dead. They're dead people who are not buried, dead people who are neglected. They were not given a good funeral, a send-off. That's why when someone dies, you hire a tent, you do catering, because the dead spirits are supposed to hang around for 4 days before they go.
Oh, so the dead spirits, that's why it happens. You have a few days
before you don't bury on the same day, because the dead spirits have 4 days to cross over to the other land. That is for the traditionalists. Nyawawa are the spirits that belong to traditionalists. The Christians don't do it, but the traditionalists do it, because in African culture, when someone dies, the spirit hangs around watching, checking how the people left behind will behave and whether they'll be fine. But most of all, the dead people want to see how you're going to send them off. That's why when you have funerals, people talk so well about the dead. Nobody talks ill about the dead. So Nyawawa are spirits of people who are not buried well. They were not treated well at funerals. People are gossiping about them during funerals. And also the people who died in the water. They're mostly water spirits. They died in the water and their bodies were not found. And in some areas around the lake, when someone dies in the water, people move and stay by the lake, even if it's 3 months, until the body is found. If the body is not found, they'll take a banana and go and bury it. So when the Nyawawa comes, the Nyawawas normally come when there's another funeral. That the smell of the dead and the smoke and the cooking evokes them from wherever they are. So they come down. This is not me, but this is the Nyawawa story. So the Nyawawas come from
Debbie,
the
thank you for joining us. Stancy, thank you for joining us.
The Nyawawas come, and this Nyawawa, they talk to themselves. And normally people see a light, and someone says Nyawawa, and people start running. So the Nyawawas talk. They sing in languages people don't understand. If you've been to a church where they speak in tongues, the Nyawawa have their own tongues. So they come with the wind. They come, first of all, the Nyawawa send a cold chill. So when they come, they sing. Of late, they've been singing songs like, "With the pilgrims are you going each with stuff in hand." So they make people so scared. I know when we were kids, we would get under the bed. So how do you chase away the Nyawawa? We are bringing this in because the Nyawawa of America, the Halloween spirits, are also chased in certain ways. How do you chase away the Nyawawa? You look for, they don't like the sound of tins. Debes, plates that have tins, spoons. When Nyawawa hears this, Nyawawa will fly off. So the Nyawawa spirits is what I've heard of. I've also heard of the Majini.
Yes, Majini wa Mombasa.
Yeah, Majini wa Mombasa. Yes. So that's Nyawawa. How do you compare Nyawawa to Halloween?
Well, Halloween is actually, I came to understand it, Halloween is right now, it's one of the biggest holidays, and it's not officially recognized, but it's one of those cultural holidays that people have. And it stems from an origin of, it's a day where the dead are recognized. And also in the movies, it has become, in popular culture, it's become a day where people dress up and take advantage of horror movies. There's some people that like to be scared. So people dress up in these scary outfits, and for them it's fun. So then you go to these Halloween stores, you go to these shops. A lot of people are just wearing these clothes like that. They have these interesting costumes, that you wear only once in a year. But that's not to say that there's some people that use Halloween. I know there's maybe people that are devil worshippers, or people that practice Satanism, or sometimes they use Halloween as a day to do rituals, which are evil rituals. But then there are also cultures that practice the remembrance of ancestors, the Day of the Dead. I think Mexico celebrates the Day of the Dead, which is part and in line with their culture. It's practiced slightly different. People don't dress up and use pumpkins like that. But America has had this practice of using pumpkins, candy, so children go they call it trick or treating, or sometimes they can throw eggs to your house because now they are like they take it as like a spirits that would like to have fun and mess around with people. You remember like the night runners that will throw things on top of the house?
Yes,
those ones. So that's what the children feel like on that day. They can go and throw tissue paper on people's houses. They can go and throw eggs on people. So they pretend to be those mischief.
I understand this mischief night is like a day before.
Yeah, the day before.
But you know that also if the child is caught, this is vandalism.
Of course it is vandalism.
So for all diaspora children who are being born into this culture, just remember that if your child throws eggs or rotten eggs at somebody and they're caught, they will be charged in court for vandalism.
They will.
And it's a serious offense.
Yeah.
So Grace, I never thought that. I thought America was such an advanced country that when I came here and saw these Nyawawas of theirs, I was a little shocked because it's advanced. It's been independent for 200 years. So why is it that I just think human beings are the same? Like the fear of the unknown and all that.
Yeah. And I think just the fear coupled with the celebration. It's very interesting that. Americans will go and pay to be scared. You know, people will pay to get into haunted houses right now. People are going into haunted houses so they can watch these things and be terrified.
That's the idea of fun.
And that's the idea of fun. You know, when we did the video on the Liberty Observation Deck, we saw George Washington had we saw a skeleton there.
Yes.
So you'll find people putting, so what are the types of things that you would start seeing around you to let you know that Halloween is around the corner? You start seeing decorations like spider webs, skeletons. What else do you see?
I don't know, but I went to a hospital and I found the doctor was dressed like a cat, like a black cat, and I was like, no. I didn't allow the doctor to see me because the black cats that I know are the ones in Mombasa. So when I was working in Mombasa, these cats used to wait for Watuwabara. They used to wait for people coming from up country, stuck at the bus stop for some time because nobody would come to pick them up, and the cat would tell them, "Wewe Mwabara, time is up." Time is up.
So Mtuwabara is a person from the plane. So there's the coast and then there's the plane.
So the cats in Mombasa, the cats generally in my culture are believed to be bad luck. When you see a cat, something bad's gonna happen.
Like a black cat or just cats?
A black cat. And actually during this time of Halloween, I understand a lot of cats are in danger because people play pranks on them and some of them are also used as ritual. But the cats in Mombasa, people used to say the cats in Mombasa spoke. So I went and interviewed the cats and none of them spoke to me. None of them spoke to me. This was at the Mombasa village. I said,
yes, you put a microphone to the cat.
Because people are saying, the Mombasa people are saying, these cats are human beings. They're Jinis.
You went for an interview.
I went for an interview to confirm and I tell you, no cat spoke to me. So I don't know if this was because I don't know if the cats did not speak to me because I'm from from the country. But these cats, I don't know if they really speak for real. So let's leave that for Mombasa. They know themselves better. They know which cats speak. And then they said the cats used to wear high heels at night. I never saw, all the time I was there, I never saw a cat wearing high heels. But the ones I interviewed, when I went back and did the story, they were normal. They were just like, meow, meow. Paka ni natimna di paka e paka. 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 Neneka koneno paka e paka. Neneka komumo paka e paka. Neneka kotuaro paka e paka. Neneka kongicho paka e paka. Paka ni natimna. Singing about the cats. Then we are Kumechacha na fact.
Grace, where's your hair? Why are you not shaking?
Your hair? We are coming to the politics of hair.
Yes.
Very soon. Grace, I don't know how to do this. How do you do it from which angle?
You start collecting it from here.
Okay, I go like this.
And then you go like this.
Okay. Mine doesn't go 360 degrees.
I think I'm getting this,
Yeah. Oh yeah. This hair is hot. Yeah. So Great. I could recognize you today. Yeah. So again, the other thing about the Nyawawas, not Nyawawa, but Nyawawa, the lake spirits, but when we go to the ocean spirits down at the coast, they're these goats, Grace. When I went to Mombasa, when I was working there, the goats were all over the streets watching TV. there would be, they sell TV along the TV shops are along the streets. That the goats would be there watching. There were like hundreds of goats, and nobody was herding them. Down in Kisumu, down in Nyanza, goats don't walk by themselves. We have a herdsman.
Shepherdless goats.
In Mombasa, these Nyawawa goats. These Nyawawa goats were watching TV. So some guy from Ukambani.
This story is so sweet. I'm just eating next to listening to this story. This is the
guy.
Best
the guy from Ukambani heard that there were some lazy people in Mombasa who are not slaughtering goats, just letting goats walk around the streets. And these goats, I tell you, none of the cars step on them. Because if you step on them, you will meet with wonderment. You will meet with wonderment. Yeah, so this guy said, you know what? I'm going to hire 2 trucks. I'm going to Mombasa. I'm going to collect all these goats. So he went to Mombasa and took all the goats, herded the goats into his truck. No, he went with 1 truck. He was driving the truck. So he left Mombasa at night. On the way, he was hearing people singing in the truck at the back, singing Tarab. Huh? Grace, they were not singing that one. The goats were singing Stacky Stacky.
Oh, okay.
You know it?
Well, no, sing it. Let's sing it together.
Stacky, 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 Stacky. Ijapokuwa sina changu mimi kunyanyaswa Stacky. Stacky, Stacky, Stacky.
You know the goats were being activists.
Yeah.
Ijapokuwa sina changu mimi kunyanyaswa Stacky. Siutaki ushupavu sokuwa na maana. Siutaki ushupavu sokuwa na maana. Ya kuniondoa nyumbani vituko kunionyesha. Ya kunitoa nyumbani vituko kunionyesha.
The guy was driving and wondering, like, I didn't put music at the back of the car. Why are these goats singing?
There's a whole choir in the back.
Choir at the back, and they were playing drums, hitting the car. So he decided to drive back. Turned the reverse to drive back. So no, somewhere along the way, the goats were pushing each other. They were saying, unaniumiza nini? You know, why are you hurting me? Some goats were crying. They were talking human language. He reversed the car somewhere near Mtitwandei, drove back to Mombasa, opened the back. Do you know what came out of the back of that truck? People in buibuis. People in buibuis and animals. Asante sana, thank you. Asante sana ndugu. Karibu. Kwaheri ya kuonana.
Kwaheri ya kuonana.
Na wala tusijuane. Anasema kwaheri ya kuonana na wala tusijuane.
Wow.
Yeah, so the guy went back. He became a pastor. He was giving this testimony, but he died after that.
Wow.
From that experience. So we don't joke with Nyawawas, we don't joke with Jinis. You know, you hear the men in Mombasa.
The men in
take
Mombasa.
A woman for a date.
Yes.
And when they wake up in the morning, they're found on top of the tree. These stories of Mombasa
like you wake up and you
interesting.
find out the lady has goat legs underneath.
Yeah, half a human. You know, the man who found a woman he had dated, took for the night, and she turned into half a fish. Half the body was fish with the fin, and half the top was
like a mermaid or something.
Yeah. He dated a mermaid. So I did not expect that in America we would find those kinds of things, such experiences. Yeah. Superstition is a universality.
And there's some people that take it rather very seriously. You know, they're caught up into the fear. I don't know a lot of. I know there's for a lot of the older generation, Grace, you were telling me that you know, it's considered any type of practice like that is like a form of devil worship, or you're not just, you know, you are practicing something that is not godly. Yes, and even here, while we were doing the research on Halloween, a lot of Americans here, Christians especially, or believers, don't accept that custom. They say that time when the Nyawawas of America, they're called Halloween spirits. Yeah, the time they come out here is the time that the devil comes out at night to do, you know. Yeah, so the dead are coming. The dead are coming in. Yeah, a lot of bad things happen. That's why a lot of people pray between 3 o'clock, you know, and 5. Yeah, but people have their personal beliefs. Yeah, and there's some people who do both. You know, I think it depends on where you fall. Some people like just take it as at face value, and they have no problem doing that. It's fun for a lot of people. Going to church, you know. Some people make it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. That's why we were saying jobs are there. They're hiring. So we'd like to encourage those who have been looking for jobs.
You have all those great certificates. You have your master's, your PhD in engineering, medicine, and all that, but you can't get a job. This is the season for getting a job that will pay for your rent for the whole year.
Yeah.
And we talked last week about resumes. If you go back to our episode 11, we talked about job interviews and the questions that they asked. But the most important question was, tell us about yourself and what are your strengths and weaknesses. So tell us about yourself. If you want a job in a store where they sell the costumes, just say that you have talked to the cats in Mombasa. Say that you know about Majini. Say that you have hit the teens from Nyawawa. You understand the realms of the underworld.
Yeah.
That's all you need to say. You need to say you're familiar with the spirits. Yeah. You know how ghosts work. You know the language of ghosts. You know when a ghost appears. You will get that job. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Yeah. What are your strengths and weaknesses? You can identify the right costume for people to wear on when the American Nyawawas arrive.
Yeah, you can help set up and break down. The security guy at the store we were at said, I'm not scared. What's that?
Yeah, if you don't fear anything.
Yeah.
If you don't fear graves, if you can go to Langata Cemetery and spend the night there and not feel anything.
Yeah.
This is the right job for you.
This is the job for you.
But again, we talked last week about transferable skills. If you have good communication skills and you can convince people to wear masks, to wear skeletons. Just convince people.
To carry babies, plastic babies with you and put it in front of your house, and corpses to put in front of your house.
Yes.
If you can convince people
if you have a sukari nguru mouth, if you have a honey mahani, if your mouth
a tongue like
silver. Silver tongue.
Yeah.
This is the job for you.
Yeah.
So it pays $15 an hour. Check out in the dollar. Yeah,
that's twice minimum wage.
Yeah, that's twice minimum wage. Don't be afraid. If that is your realm, if you belong to the Society of the Night Runners, this is, if your son, your parent is a night runner, this is a good job for you because you're familiar. You know how to keep secrets. You know how to keep secrets.
Yeah.
You can never, you're not supposed to tell the secret of a night runner. Yeah. You never say that, oh, I met so and so at night. If you're a good secret keeper. Yeah. If you have good listening skills, yeah, if you can hear the spirits coming and you can warn people either in the store or anybody, there's a job here for you. So Nyawawa jobs are out in the market right now. As you wait, this could be a climbing stone. You could actually be the director of Nyawawa of the Halloween holiday in America. You can start your own store. And we also want to talk to you about, like, how do you cope with it? I know if you're a college student, I know personally when I was in college, some people came to school dressed like a rabbit. Or dressed like a skeleton, wearing a skeleton suit. Some workplaces, they, like putting these decorations up and down. How do you deal with it without, maybe if you don't believe in it, you may have a problem trying to figure out what you're supposed to do. But just understand that, the same way there's some various levels of people who believe in spirits in Kenya, in our own traditions. There's some people who believe in it fully, that believe that they're there and they practice and they honor and they recognize it. But then there's like a lot of majority of us who exist within the middle, where we're like, oh, it's interesting hearing night runners and things like that. And you can, it's fun to you. And then there's some people who don't even believe in it and there's a lot of people that don't even believe in it, don't practice it, don't even care about it. And you can be one of those people. Make your choice, but just be aware, be culturally aware, be culturally conscious of your surroundings, and know that these things are happening. Make sure you're not walking out on the 30th at night because someone may throw eggs at you. Just be conscious that you're in a different environment. A lot of times they say when you're in Rome, do as Romans do, but you don't always have to do as Romans do, but you can respect the Romans for what they do. So, and it's a free country, so that's a plus for you. So next. Nakwambia Team Natural is somewhere today. Because let me drink my pomegranate juice, which I didn't introduce. My pomegranate is really good for blood cells. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. Share with your friends. Tell them that the Nyawawa Politics of Hair edition is here. It's here, we are having a wonderful breakfast here with the Kumechacha crew. We have a beautiful giveri.
Nyoyo here.
Nyoyo in America.
Nyoyo in America.
Yeah, you can get the maize. You can get the hard maize and the beans from the open air markets. You can get them from the Indian stores. You can get them at the H-marts. And just make your own good nyoyo in your pressure cooker, and it just tastes the same.
And you know nyoyo and sukuma wiki.
This is good. This is
pushes
good.
the week, so I'm gonna have a little bit here.
Yeah, Tarehe imeenda mbaya, Grace. We are on the 20th.
We are on the 20th.
Yeah, so we are doing sukuma wiki kipenzi.
It's Mashujaa Day, Grace. Today is Mashujaa Day, honoring the freedom fighters, and not just freedom fighters. Now it's people that have made an impact, who have made an impact in Kenya. I think it goes to celebrate Heroes Day, basically Heroes Day. So we are celebrating with you in Kenya. You're eating chakula ya food of the nation, nyoyo. Yeah.
I remember they used to sing something about Kenyatta. He was supposed was he a shujaa too?
Yeah, he was a shujaa.
Yeah, he was a shujaa. Yeah. Remember when he died, it was almost like a public holiday. It was whatever. But I remember the people composed songs, and we were in the choir then, and we were singing this song. I remember shujaa. Huzuni kuna huzuni, Kenyatta ametuacha, rambi rambi kwa wananchi, popote pale walipo. Kenyatta kiongozi wa Kenya, shujaa wa mataifa, mpendwa lala salama. Aliko kuna furaha, kuna uzima, kuna amani, kuna Yesu. So we were in the choir then, and they were saying that he was a shujaa. So do you have any shujaa, Grace, in mind?
What do you mean?
For me, my shujaa is my mother. She just turned 89. And I appreciate her. I appreciate her for all that she's done for us all her life, and she gives us positivity. She's such a positive person. Even in the midst of trouble, in the midst of stress, she's always be like, this shall pass. Yeah, nothing is permanent, this shall pass.
Grace, I'm just gonna have to borrow it from you and say my mom is my shujaa too.
Yes.
You know, if I can be half the woman that she is, I think I'll be doing a really great job.
Yeah.
She's always takes no for an answer, and shows me that everything is possible. You know, anything is possible. So honoring all the shujaas, remind to shout out to all the heroes in your life.
And remember, you're your own shujaa, just having come this far.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we do go through a lot of stuff in our life, but just being here today and sparing time to sit and watch us and, have breakfast. You're your own shujaa. Don't always remember to give yourself a pat in the back. Yeah, for some of the things only you can handle and nobody else can.
Absolutely.
So, the politics of hair.
Politics of hair. You're wondering why we're wearing
this.
With 16 inches.
As this Halloween
with Michelle Obama.
Oh, Lord.
Where we are here with the first lady.
Yes, I feel funny, but
yeah, but you look really nice. I really
like
it.
You look nice, but you look a little white, but you look fine. You look blonde.
I look blonde.
Yeah. I'm one of those old school people who just tell you the truth.
It's true. I appreciate the truth actually. Hi, Grace.
Okay,
like hello.
Now you just need to change your accent.
Hello everybody. My name is I don't know who.
Okay,
so hair is very political. You know, hair is identity, as we were just like talking about now.
Yes.
You know, your hair kind of determines like it kind of also conveys a story of who you are even before you open your mouth. Yes,
and a lot of times we are judged by our hair. Yeah, there are a lot of believers say that long hair is a woman's glory. So Grace, you and I who normally adorn short hair, does it mean we don't have no glory? Yeah. There's, I like that you say that, because, from going from being in a country where natural hair was not something that was celebrated, that for most of us, your hair was either cut, especially for women, this is from the women experience, your hair was either cut or it was unraveled and closed down at the salon. So you never got to experience your hair. You're always known as kichwa ngumu. You're always known as kichwa super bright. You're always known as, nywele still wire. So you never, so coming to a new land, and you're coming to look at the way hair is different here. There are different prices, there are different options, and there are different identities when it comes to the hair here in the United States. It can be really interesting to navigate all these identities that are happening. Yeah, so hair gives us different identity. But for me, hair is a form of liberation. But I remember when we were in school, some teachers used to, for me, hair has always reflected punishment. Short hair, I associated with punishment. Because when we were in school and you made a mistake, the teachers would shave your hair with the razor blade. No water, no nothing.
That's terrible.
And it was like a kind of real intimidation. And then when they shaved our hair, they said, oh, if you're not careful, you'll go to jail.
Wow.
So very early in my life, I learned that people in jail had their hair short. So for me, hair was a punishment. If you did something bad, your hair was cut. And if you did something good, you could grow your hair.
Wow.
And then also coming from the Christian community, long hair was seen as a sin. I don't know for what reason. So there's a group that came with the revival movement and they said, oh, if you're born again Christian, you have to cut your hair. Yeah, you can't keep your hair long. So I've never correlated the two, but I knew as I grew up that long hair, braiding hair was sin. It was a sin, yeah. A good Christian girl, a good girl kept her hair short and neat.
You know, so someone who grew up in Nairobi, we associated short hair with someone being from the village. Because then it was like, if you're in the urban area, you're either having lines, you go and have lines, do your hair at the salon, or if you had money, you would maintain blow dry, the process of continually heating your hair. My experience is once we went to high school, you were given options where some of us started palming our hair really early because the options that we were given is you either cut all your hair or you palm it because we don't allow cornrows, we don't allow lines, we don't allow piece, we don't allow braids. So a lot of us have had this like harsh chemicals on our hair from a very young age. And I'll agree with you, when I finally cut my hair a few years later, it was so liberating.
Yeah.
It was finally mine, to do with.
Yeah, and again, long hair, sometimes it's associated with lots of energy. I don't know why people shave off their head when they're stressed and they say, oh, I want to cut off my hair and forget all about the past.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah.
So when I was in Form 2, we were going to a boys' school. I think we were going to Maseno Boys for the debate, weekend debate. So we borrowed the school charcoal box from the matron, and somebody had a knife. We started straightening our hair. But we were straightening our hair without permission from the school. We wanted to look nice for the boys, but we were straightening our hair under a tree, a mango tree. All of a sudden, a swarm of bees came. We got stung. Do you know we were not allowed to go to the debate? As the other people went for the debate, we stayed there in the school or what do you call it? I don't know what you call the school. It was like a clinic, but it wasn't called a clinic.
Like
but where the school
sanitarium.
School sanitarium. We were there with swollen whatevers and half burnt hair. Yeah. So talking of burnt hair, you really have to be careful who does your hair in the salon, because there are people who've lost their hair in the salon, and you don't want to be just losing your hair like that. So how can you tell this is a trained person, this is someone who's good with hair?
Right. And that comes to, I think nowadays the culture has really changed. I think in the last 15, maybe 10 years, Kenya has embraced has started to embrace natural hair. In the past, the things that would be seen as success, like Kenyan women were not allowed to wear piece in the braids in the workplace. Kenyan women, even short hair was frowned upon once you go to the workplace. A lot of times, a lot of people start wearing curl kits and palm their hair. So depending on where you are, there were certain things that were acceptable or not acceptable. Nowadays, you see people going to work in dreadlocks. You see professionals out in dreadlocks. You see professionals out in short hair. Not just like short box, but stylish hair. But it can be very political because even within the U.S. military, there's some hairstyles that are not allowed. In some schools, there are some teachers who have been cited for cutting black children's hair without permission. So there's a lot that's going around within the politics of hair, while you're also trying to make sure your hair actually grows if you're someone who's interested in doing it.
So with the when you talk about the curly kits, I'm glad that the curly kits are back and that there are women who are able to do their curly kits and wear it with pride, because curly kits became a very stigmatized affair one time.
Really?
Because in the 80s, when the AIDS virus came, when people are being diagnosed with AIDS, the hair would turn, like the medications or the illness would make the hair turn almost like calicate. Yeah, so if you went to the salon and made calicate, they said you had HIV, you had AIDS. Yeah, so people abandoned the calicate. Yeah.
Oh, so they look nice.
They didn't look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, hair. I don't know.
Yeah, hair and health, right? You never think about it. You know.
Think, how your health affects hair. And again, depending on what you eat, if you eat well, the quality of your hair will be good. There's some oils that don't just match your hair. And coming to America, it's been expensive keeping my hair. Because the hair here is kind of different. The hair for this particular community is different than our African hair. Yeah, so sometimes I'm using oil that is a little too strong. And then it's so expensive.
It is. It's very expensive. That's why there's a lot of business for the West African braiders. I don't know if they're Kenyan hair salons up there, but to go get your hair done, even like medium-sized braids, you'll have to patch with at least $150.
Yeah.
It's like 15,000. In Kenyatta market, they're like 1,200 Kenya shillings.
Yeah, and I just met somebody who made some Mali braids, and she paid $400. Is that 40,000?
Just 40,000.
40,000 Kenyan shillings to make your hair. Yeah, that's how expensive it is here.
Yeah,
so if you come here,
it's very
profitable business. It's a special skill. So maybe as you apply for your visa to come here, you can learn some hair making skills. Go to beauty school. Beauty is a great business.
It is,
and it's not as difficult as hotel because everything is there. You just hang
you just wait for people to come.
It doesn't involve a lot of labor, but every woman wants to look beautiful. What about the men?
Well, let's not leave the men behind because men have risen up into the cosmetics and beauty industry. Men are beautiful out here.
Oh yeah.
You know, men are not just sitting there with their beards, which are not like, you know, when the men have the beards that look like little locks. Now men are coiffing their beards. Men are spending money on to make their eyebrows and their beards beautiful. You know.
Yeah. Did you say that there was some governments that are not allowing members of parliament or citizens to wear certain hair?
This was Liberia.
Oh, okay.
Actually, a story that I think we shared. Liberia is banning colored people to wear colored hair at work. You know, because they're saying that it can be unprofessional and cast an unprofessional light. I don't know how I feel about that. You know, as much as I'm progressive, I don't know how I feel about going to work in this shocking blonde contraption.
I don't know.
Would you?
No.
But you know you're Michelle Obama, so you know nothing can stop you. No barriers.
No barriers.
No barriers.
Well, I think women should wear their hair how they like.
Yeah.
Or any man. A lot of men here wear wigs too.
Yeah, a lot of men wear wigs. Male pattern blindness, anti-blindness, baldness. Yeah, it's sometimes it's your genes. So don't take it personally. Sometimes your genes are just for men. Some of you will go bald. But now they're the people that use sprays, they're people that use weaves. If you see some of someone will have a whole weave, you won't even know it is nothing.
But Grace, there's some people I'll never forgive. The people in my class who used to knock my head and call me Kiparangoto. Kiparangoto. They gave me a complex about my hair. Yeah, so a lot of children who had their hair shaven. And the bigger boys or girls would just come and knock their head, especially boys, like Kiparangoto. So they didn't know that later in life. Now I see them. They used to call me Kiparangoto, but now I see them and they're bald headed. Yeah. But I also know of a president in another country who has a wig. Who? I don't know his name, but he fired his doctor because the doctor told the media that he wears a fake hair. Yeah,
he cannot get his head rained on.
Yeah. So a lot of men get an inferiority complex. They lose their self-esteem when they become bald, and they really don't know what to do. So either they shave all of it, but I know they've brought in new hairstyles for men. Yeah, you can do a very, very nice wig that almost looks natural. Do you think men should wear wigs?
I think that sometimes it can be so deceptive. Why not? Why, if men can wear weaves, women can wear weaves?
Yeah. But women, and then I understand some Kenyan men do not like women to wear weaves. This has been a debate. This debate has been on in the market for a very long time. You know,
Kenyan men are funny because they like fake and real at the same time. So men, I don't know maybe you can tell us. You know, men want long, natural, flowing hair, but they also want it to be natural. You want mzungu hair on a black body.
Yeah, they don't like the weaves. They say that we women wear our weaves for too long and that our weaves smell and that when we sleep on the pillow, we leave our hair all over and they say they can't identify us because in the morning you look like a Kardashian, and in the evening you look like a Beyonce. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know whether that should be even a discussion at all on whether, if you don't like a woman and she wears a weave, why don't you look for one who does not wear a weave?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a question.
Let the woman make a choice.
Yeah.
But, hair and politics is complicated.
It's very complicated. And there are men out there that also like have braids, they cornrow their hair, and many times it was seen as a bad sign, like there was a perception that it would mean that you were someone who was in jail if you had those braids in. But nowadays you see people who actually like do a good job at it. They're intricately made and they show up in a professional suit. And in some industries, you can have a lawyer whose hair looks like that.
Yeah, but Chris, the first time I met you and you had some locks, and I was shocked because when I was in Kenya, I thought locks were for Mungiki. So I was a less worried because Mungiki, whenever you did braids, we would be told, hey, do you want to be a Mungiki?
Yeah.
But that's just
that's true.
Tag, that's a tag, it's a label. Just a label. So here men wear their braids, women wear their braids. But what I also found interesting, my observation was that the men here likes to braid lines. Yeah. And we're just talking the other day, we asked an African American man, like, when you're looking for qualities in a woman, what would you look for? And he said, I would like a woman who can braid my hair, kamatana and lines. Yeah. So
it's a romantic thing.
It's a romantic thing. But imagine our brothers back home, our fathers wearing lines, like now our mothers are sitting braiding them lines. So cultures are really diverse, really different.
And actually the Kenyan young culture is changing. You're seeing a lot of young people experimenting with their hair. So in the past, when you would see like people who would have braids would be associated that these boys are Rastafarian, or would be associated with associated with bad behavior. Nowadays it's a form of like the new like urban culture that's coming out. So it's also changing the changing the landscape also in Kenya as it is in the United States.
And there's nothing wrong with Rastafarian.
No,
if you want to be a Rastafarian and you want to wear your hair that way, who are you to judge? Yeah, I think I remember I love Bob Marley's song.
And we want to say that we went to the store and we were trying to get an idea of how much wigs and weaves cost. So we went to the wig store. Wow. This is actually synthetic, and apparently with synthetic hair, there's not much you can do than just do this. Great. Are you wearing 40,000 or 50,000 Kenya shillings on your hair? 40,000.
You're wearing 40,000.
40,000.
And people are suffering.
This is rent, I'm telling you.
Can't you buy someone a wheelchair?
That's true.
So Grace, we are leaving out an important part of this hair and politics. We don't always wear just our hair for fun. It makes us look good. You can have a bad hair day. For people who wear weaves, it's very manageable. You don't have to spend time in the salon, hours washing, chemicals and all that to give your hair a break. But above all, the people going through chemotherapy, and we have to be empathetic. There are people going through chemotherapy, and
there's some illnesses in which you lose your hair.
Conditions. And just having nice hair and having a nice weave gives you back to self-esteem. And that's important. So don't just assume everybody's wearing a weave just for fun, but even if they do, it's their right.
Absolutely.
And then again, there's also stigmatizing of commercial sex workers. So whenever you wear a blonde hair, people think you're out there for transactional sex. Remember, the word prostitution is now not allowed in America. Don't call anybody a prostitute because you'll be charged in court. You call them transactional sex workers or someone who has sex with multiple partners. So normally when people used to see the people with blonde hair, they'll be like, oh, you're a commercial sex worker. That's not true. Necessarily, there are people who feel comfortable. So I think as long as you feel comfortable in your hair, it's fine. But the other day,
sorry. I mean, hair can be a very empowering thing, and it's knowing. So for myself, when it comes to short hair, I've had short hair for many years, and now I'm planning on having twists, like you've seen. That's also a choice for me. There are stereotypes when you have short hair that it's messy, it's unmanageable. Those stereotypes exist still within our community. But it's up to you to kind of look at what's the benefit that it's bringing me. I actually like this wig because my head feels warm. Maybe if it's short and it's the middle of winter, maybe I'll break up this thing because I need a nice wig, a nice cap for my hair.
Yeah, so winter is coming also. It's going to be very cold, so it's good to wear a weave or a wig or wear a hat, whatever you like. So I don't know what I'll do with my hair, but normally I just wear a hat because this is like too heavy and sweaty for me. Yeah, but as long as you're comfortable in your hair, I think it should be fine.
Yeah. And this was really. You can have synthetic or you can have a human.
Mine is human hair.
So like the prices vary. So everyone has their own budget. It's also okay if you want to relax your hair. I think now people, relaxing your hair is also okay. I think now it's fallen out of favor. Yeah. But it depends on how you want to treat your hair. Yeah. And as long as you take care of it and maintain it, because your hair is also part of your body. You can't just leave your hair to be unmanaged. You need to moisturize it, take care of it. It's cold, make sure that it's moisturized. Yeah. Because your healthy hair will be seen if you eat well. That will reflect in your hair. Yeah.
And a lot of times there's a lot of history, and politics to do with hair. A lot of people don't like this kind of hair because they say they're hair that was dedicated to the gods in some Indian temples. So really the choice is yours and your beliefs. If you don't want to wear horsehair, you don't want to wear hair that has been dedicated to the shrines, then just go with your natural hair. Yeah. Just what makes you comfortable. Yeah.
Stereotypes will abound, White hair is considered with being like a witch if you have white hair. So we are. Hey, Grace, should we take these things off or what?
Yeah, we take these things off. But before we take them off and end our show, we just wanted you to vote for us. Yes. Which wave would you prefer? Which way would you prefer? You're really trying to make yourself
I'm trying to show you.
Vote for one of us who you like better, and you'll get a beautiful gift which we'll send you by mail.
And it's still going.
Yeah. So which one? Blonde or black?
Blonde or black?
Or natural. Natural. Chris, mine is stuck.
Is it?
Yeah,
there you go. You got it.
Yeah, so we can donate this place. We can donate this.
We can donate this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
In our kikapu. Sadaka. Toa ndugu, toa dada. Ulicho nacho wewe. Bwana anakuona mpaka moyoni mwako. Sasa ndiyo wakati wa kutoa sadaka. Kila mtu aanze kujiamilia. Toa ndugu, toa dada, toa ndugu, toa dada. Ulicho nacho wewe, Bwana anakuona mpaka moyoni mwako. Don't forget to donate to the cancer community.
Yes. Yes. There are different organizations that do that and give wigs.
Or even cut off. If you have very long hair, you can donate it. So great.
Hey,
Kumechacha.
These tops are beautiful, Grace.
Wow. So this is us. This is the Kumechacha crew. Back to normal.
Yes. Leonard, you're already voting blonde.
Oh, blonde. Great, you have won. I can see you have won.
It's the Nyawawa hair.
Oh, we won with the Nyawawa hair. And so we're waiting for you to vote. Those who are joining us.
Yeah.
Vote blonde or black.
Blonde or black.
You'll get a gift from us. We're gonna inbox you.
Yeah.
And get your mail so we can send you a gift.
And this is for US and Canada. Unfortunately, we will be expanding, but physical gifts we're doing with the US and Canada.
US and Canada. Yeah, that's what. So
Kumechacha.
Kumechacha.
Have a happy Saturday, everyone.
Saturday.